Well, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Thank you for joining us here on the Noon Show. I'm joined by my friends Simone Thomas. And Simone, a lot cooler today than it was yesterday, and we may have some more rain on the way, correct?
Yeah, we're still not done on this little rain train we've been taking a ride on, but temperatures are a bit cooler out there. Middle 50s right now, but we're keeping an eye on this frontal boundary that's draped through southern Arkansas. Ahead of that or behind that front into central Arkansas, there are some spotty showers out there. Now, as we continue through the afternoon, spotty rain will continue as that frontal boundary actually lifts north as a warm front, but what we're really keeping an eye on is later on tonight into your Wednesday morning, more scattered rain coverage ahead of another cold front that's going to make it even cooler towards the end of the week. But as that front starts to approach, some marginally severe thunderstorms are possible overnight. I'll tell you more of that impacting the timing of your 7-day outlook, so make sure you stick around.
All right, thank you, Simone. One Arkansas man will serve time in prison for his involvement in the January 6th Capitol riot. Nathan Hughes was sentenced Monday after pleading guilty to civil disorder and assaulting an officer. A federal judge ruled that Hughes must serve a 2-year sentence followed by 3 years of supervision. Hughes's request to delay the sentencing was denied. A judge based the decision on what might have been, quote, a high possibility for a Trump pardon. A Van Buren man will appear in court for alleged human trafficking and aggravated assault. Michael Hall faces charges related to violent abuse. Today's hearing will discuss one of his 3 pending charges. Hall is accused of beating women and threatening them. His first jury trial is set for April 28th. Law enforcement in Madison, Wisconsin is piecing together a tragic school shooting. 1 student and 1 teacher are dead and dozens are injured. Ian Lee reports on what's being revealed about the suspect.
Investigators in Madison, Wisconsin say they'll spend today combing through items taken from the home of the teenage girl they say carried out Monday's school shooting.
We'll look through her social media, talk to some of her friends, and really try to piece together how a 15-year-old was able to do something like this.
Police say officers arrived just minutes after a second grader called 911 about an active school shooter at the small private school shortly before 11 a.m.
Got a call coming in at Abundant Life Christian Church that's advising someone was shot.
Police say 1 teenage student and 1 teacher were killed and at least 6 other people were wounded.
It was basically lunchtime.
This second grader says she heard commotion from the shooting, including a teacher shouting.
She was screaming like, ah, my leg, help, help.
Nora's dad waited hours to be reunited with her and her brother, who is also a student at the school.
Seeing 10, 12, 15 ambulances really scared me, thinking that one of my children might be the one, but it's really sad for the people that were there. I'm grateful that it's not mine, but it's really sad, and it's going to take a lot of time.
Authorities identified the shooter as 15-year-old Natalie Ruppnow, who went by Samantha. Police say she was pronounced dead on the way to the hospital, adding that a 9mm handgun was recovered from the scene. Her family is cooperating with the investigation. Ian Lee, CBS News, Madison.
Today, the Arkansas electors are meeting to certify the 2024 general election. To win the U.S. presidency, a candidate needs to win 270 electoral votes. Those are divided amongst each state based on population. Arkansas represents 6 of the 270, 4 of which are U.S. representatives and 2 are U.S. senators. Now, all 6 of the Arkansas electors will represent the Republican Party. They are meeting at the state capitol to cast their votes based on your November ballots. Once all the electors have voted, their ballots will be transferred to Congress for certification. Well, it made for a busy night on Monday. Lawmakers spent hours at the Capitol debating drug prices and the pharmacies that sell them. Rebecca Brown has more on why state leaders have returned to the subject.
It is not the insurance department's job to keep pharmacies in business. I agree with that. But it is our job to ensure statutorily that we can ensure that they have adequate networks of pharmacies.
A different day, but the same story. The fight to hold pharmacy benefit managers, also known as PBMs, more accountable.
I believe when our patients work and pay their hard-earned premiums in, they should be spent on health care and not be spent on middleman profits.
On Monday, the House and Senate met to discuss Emergency Rule 128. It's a rule we introduced to you back in September. It addresses fair and reasonable pharmacy reimbursements, but it comes with an expiration date on January 12th. That's why CEO John Vincent of the Arkansas Pharmacists Association came to the Capitol to share why he believes this rule should become permanent.
We believe in access and fairness and stabilizing the prescription drug market so that we have good patient care and access in all areas of our state.
The Department of Commerce and the Arkansas Insurance Department originally introduced this rule. In wake of this rule, they said they were receiving more data and information when it comes to prescription drug costs. They hope this will eventually help them set benchmarks and figure out average costs. But many legislators shared concerns with this, saying they felt this rule would eventually lead to a dispensing fee, hurting the patient more than the PBM.
What we're going to do is dive in and we're just going to start making the consumer at home, the innocent, pay more to get their prescriptions filled. That's, when I look at it, that's my concern.
I just do not understand how I could justify the patients having to pay for something that they did not create, and they're not the ones ripping you off.
The Arkansas Economic Development Commission is using millions of dollars to fund technology acceleration programs across the state. AEDC awarded over $2 million through the Arkansas Business and Technology Accelerator Grant. It is designed to create high-skilled jobs by adding the development of tech products and services. Its focus areas include manufacturing, computer processing, and agriculture. Now, AEDC Executive Director sent the statement crediting Arkansas for having successful entrepreneurship. For that reason, he says his office is, quote, working to ensure that startups and entrepreneurial ventures can continue to grow in Arkansas. Happening right now, the Little Rock Watershed is hosting a holiday food giveaway. Boxes of food is being distributed on a first-come, first-served basis. The first round just wrapped up. They will start again at 1 p.m., lasting until 3. You won't need to get out of your car. However, you must present a valid ID to get a box. There's a possibility for a nuclear waste facility being built in Fort Smith. Before that happens, we share the public input ahead at 12:17.
And as we continue overnight, some scattered showers and thunderstorms possible. Some could be marginally severe. We're tracking the impacts coming up right after the break.